film opens with a Soviet cargo plane, an An-12 loaded with contraband, flying over Antarctica. 6.5 hours before landing, one of the pilots heads into the cabin. After making sure the remaining passengers suspect nothing, they launch an armed assault on them. But things don't go as planned. A shootout erupts in the cabin, killing everyone aboard. The plane spirals out of control and crashes into the Antarctic ice. Present day. A plane arrives at the Amundsen-Scott polar base, carrying U.S. Marshal's assistant and former seasoned polar explorer, Carrie Stetko. She's wrapping up her business in Antarctica, planning to resign from the Marshals and leave the continent with the rest of the crew during the full evacuation before polar night, which hits in just a few days. She's greeted at the base by an old acquaintance, Dr. John Fury. He tells her he won't see Stetko again, and that he's not sticking around for the winter either. He's off to visit his granddaughter, who's turning 5, by the way. A message comes in to the base. A body has been spotted 500 kilometers away. Pilot Delphi, John, and Carrie head out immediately to investigate. They reach the site and find the body lying next to a sheer cliff. Initial examination reveals a ragged wound on the man's leg, hastily stitched up. He was killed with an ice axe, though the murder weapon is nowhere to be found, of course. The body is badly mangled, likely from a high fall. Identity is confirmed only by an ID card. The victim was Anton Weiss, a geologist from a nearby station. Carrie had crossed paths with him a few times. His work focused on hunting meteorites. She's absolutely certain this was murder. Leaving the lab, she heads to McGregor, who mentions someone contacted him a few days ago asking about Weiss. He didn't think much of it at the time. Carrie tries to radio Delta 1 base to find out why they were inquiring about Anton. She's interrupted by the dispatcher, who says there's an unknown caller from Vostok base asking specifically for her. The man introduces himself as Weiss's partner, Jack Mooney. He urges Carrie to come to the Russian Vostok station right away. She'll find all the answers there. He insists she come alone. Meanwhile, the weather turns brutal. A snowstorm is barreling in, days earlier than forecast. Dispatcher Rhonda scrambles all pilots, announcing they need to start evacuating people as soon as possible. Figuring the only one crazy enough to fly her in this mess is Delphi, Carrie tracks him down. They prep the plane and head for the Russian station. On arrival, she searches the base. All inhabitants long evacuated. Carrie's sure Mooney is somewhere inside. She leaves Delphi in one building and battles through the storm to another. Inside, she finds Mooney bleeding out. He's still alive, trying to tell her something, when someone jumps her from behind. A masked figure with an ice axe chases the fleeing Carrie, smashing everything in his path. She barely makes it to the neighboring module and locks the killer out. After a few minutes outside with bare hands, she frostbites her limb. Leaning against the door, she passes out. She comes to in the living quarters. Delphi found her, treated her hand, and put her to bed. Hearing about the killer, he offers to hunt him down together. Back in the module where Mooney was killed, they spot an unknown man by the body. Carrie draws her weapon, but he calms her by flashing credentials. He's UN agent Robert Price in Antarctica, investigating a possible illegal arms deal. The FBI tipped him off about Weiss's murder, and he flew in immediately. They dropped him at Vostok a couple hours ago. Together they head to Delta 1 base. There, they find the search map used by Mooney and Weiss's team. Delphi uncovers crates of explosives, throwing Carrie for a loop. The expedition was supposed to be surface meteorite hunting. Glancing at the map again, she suggests heading to the spot where the group abruptly stopped searching. At first glance, the site's just a snowy plain, but soon the ice cracks under Carrie, and she drops into a tunnel drilled by the meteorite hunters. Delphi and Price follow. At the tunnel's end, what the geologists were really after: an old cargo plane. Boarding it, Price and Carrie pieced together events from 50 years ago. The plane was hauling some ultra-valuable cargo, but crashed. The geologists breached the wreck and extracted the load. Weiss accidentally injured his leg in the process. They stitched it up on site. Carrie connects the dots on Weiss's death. Killed with the ice axe and dumped from the plane at the exact spot where they found him. Robert confirms the murder ties into the arms deal. 2 days ago, someone pinged blacklisted weapons traders from this location. Back in the 50s, the Soviets were mining a substance here for nuclear use. That's why the UN sent him. Collapsing ice blocks the plane's exit. Trapped for hours in the frozen tomb, Robert blasts open an emergency hatch, freeing them to the surface. Back at base, Carrie overhears Sam Murphy on a call, begging permission to evacuate everyone immediately. He wants to abandon the site and lock it down for winter. 2 bodies already at the neighboring base, and he's not risking his people's lives. Carrie takes it as a vote of no confidence. She pulls flight logs for the day Weiss's body was found. Doc John had noted the corpse wasn't fully frozen, meaning it was dumped no more than a day before discovery. Most suspicious. Data for those exact days has been deleted. Later, Carrie visits Dr. Fury. Examining her hand, John says the tissue damage is too severe. Fingers can't be saved. Amputation is the only way to stop gangrene from spreading. He performs the surgery successfully and lets Carrie rest to recover from the trauma. Robert stops by to offer condolences. In response, a broken Carrie opens up about how she ended up here. She was in Miami, nailing a major drug lord with her partner after months on his tail. The guy attacked her. She fought back and realized her partner was in on it. She killed him and quit, unable to spot a traitor right under her nose. Their talk is cut short by an alert. The killer's on base. Carrie and Price team up and take him down. Interrogation reveals he's rescue team member Russell Hayden, sent to aid Weiss. Evacuation kicks off amid the chaos, and Hayden slips away. He attacks and badly wounds Delphi. Whiteout hits. An Antarctic blizzard. Dr. John, Carrie, Delphi, and Price miss the last flight out and are stuck for the winter. Hayden tries escaping in a private plane, but Carrie and Price stop him. The storm finishes him off. They locate containers with the missing cargo and find ordinary candy inside, meaning Hayden had an accomplice who hid the real haul and likely evacuated with it. Suspicion hits Carrie. She unwraps her hand. The stitches match Weiss's leg wound exactly. Checking the bodies John worked on, she finds the cargo. High-grade diamonds. She confronts the doctor. He confesses how sick he is of his life. His last request: step outside to see the aurora. He never comes back. 6 months later, Delphi's recovered and bowls with Price, waiting out winter for regular flights to resume between the pole and the inhabited world. In her office, Carrie drafts a second report. Withdraw her resignation and transfer her somewhere warmer. Then she steps outside to watch the aurora. Whiteout is 90 minutes of pure chill and paranoia, where even your breath can give you away. Yeah, the plot limps a bit, but Kate Beckinsale hauls the whole Antarctic ice sheet on her back. 8 out of 10, frosty and real. Subscribe before you freeze.